Alright, here's how you meal prep cauliflower. Oftentimes you'll find cauliflower at the grocery store wrapped in a plastic bag like this. First, what you're going to do is tear open the bag. Next, oftentimes you'll find that there's these green leaves at the bottom of the cauliflower. You can discard those. I like to just use my hands for this part. Okay, next you're going to want to cut the cauliflower in half. You're going to cut it vertically in half. This way we can cut out the really hard core that's in the center of this. So I like to use a big chef's knife. This is my Wusthof 8-inch chef's knife. I'll share a link in the description below of where you can purchase this on Amazon. So what you're going to do is using the claw like this with your hand. You don't ever want to have your fingers out like this while you're chopping with a big knife because you can cut off your fingertips and fingernails. So you always want to use the claw. Using the claw, I'm going to hold the cauliflower and make sure that it's sturdy. Then with my big chef's knife, I'm going to incision a little bit. Then I'm going to put my hand on the top and just with one swift motion cut the whole cauliflower in half. So this is what that inside of the cauliflower looks like. This part right here is a really tough core. It's not very edible, so it's best to cut that out. And here's how you do that. The best way I found to do this is to take the knife, holding the cauliflower steadily, make a triangle incision on both sides. So I'm going to cut down 1, 2, and I basically just cut out that really tough part. And you can discard that as well. Then you can tear off any remaining pieces of the core and any remaining leaves. And now you have your cauliflower ready to break into sections or slice. I'll show you how to do both. So if you want to slice this to make cauliflower steaks, you do the same thing. Hold the cauliflower with your claw-shaped hand. Then you're going to use your knife. I like to cut steaks about 3/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch thick, so just cut down. And if they break apart, that's okay. They're going to break apart more as you go down to the back of the cauliflower, but that's okay. Do the best that you can. Okay, and here's how you make flat pieces of cauliflower. These are great for roasting in the oven. When you have a big baking sheet, you can put these on the oven baking sheet and they will nicely sear on each side as it roasts in the oven. Okay, another preparation for cauliflower that doesn't require much cutting except for cutting out the core. Actually, I'm going to show you how to do this without even having to cut the core out. So what you're going to do is if you want to break this into florets, which are these little pieces here, you simply take your hand like this, put your thumb there, and break off a cauliflower floret. Then you can also take this with your hands and break it even smaller into smaller and smaller pieces depending on what size cauliflower you want. This is a great preparation if you're making buffalo cauliflower or cauliflower dippers because then you can hold these easily in your hand. So here's a nice version of the cauliflower. And that's how you meal prep a cauliflower.